and we are live on YouTube. I'm back after watching Coronation Street. An hour of my life I can never get back. All I got was Pat on the phone going, Eileen, 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 come on, Eileen. Welcome to the 1016th PMDB upload to YouTube since 2010, and my 11th live stream so far. I'm getting far too comfortable with these live streams. The only really real plan with this particular live stream entry is I'm going to stay on here for an hour maximum. That's going to be my new limit. I think an hour is more than enough. I just think more than that's a bit too much. Diva Dave D, you were missing from my last live stream. Hope you're good, buddy. Hope to see you in this evening. Tonight. Again, there's no plan with these live videos. The only plan really is to banter with the people in the chat, but right now, there's nobody in the chat. The clock is back on this shelf. Someone said they liked my clock, so I thought, place it where people can see it. Still at the same time, always is. What am I saying? That's what I like about live. You get all my mistakes. You get all my rambles. Kim, where are you? Friday or Saturday, it was the singles club in here. Tonight we can call this the lonely club so far. 2 minutes in, nobody's here. Maybe they've had enough PMDB for today already. I did say on Facebook I'm live. But then again, I've only got 29 people on Facebook. Half of them, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if half of them actually unfollowed me. And I don't, just having under 30 Facebook friends, I don't see much of anything on Facebook. I have no idea what's going on, what dramas could be happening. I'm pretty much drama free. That's the way I like it. Do come in, folks. These live streams don't really work without anybody in the chat. At least I got my tea. The Halloween trailer hasn't dropped yet. No, well, not to my knowledge. Maybe I'll have a look at Twitter right now, waiting for people to come in. See what's trending. See what folk are saying on Twitter. Unless maybe I have competition live at this specific moment. Competition brings out the best in all of us. I'll write a tweet. Live on YouTube now. Do come in, don't be shy. If you're new to my YouTube, I'm a very random YouTuber. I can get raw real at times. For entertainment purposes, I turn the volume way up. Started doing these live streams. This kind of became a live stream channel now. Yeah, very small YouTuber from Scotland. If I have to label myself, I'm bi. But I prefer women these days. Hello, Steve. You're the first one in. Thanks for joining me in PMDB 1015. Now you're back for 1016. Welcome to my 11th live stream. I was just saying, this YouTube channel of mine is basically turned into a live stream channel, as that's the type of videos I like to watch most. So that's the type of videos I produce. Up to much tonight, this evening, this afternoon, whatever time it is with you, Steve. I'll be staying on here for an hour. LOL. Not really. Well, I'm not up to much either, as you might tell. 9 o'clock here. Just you and I at the moment. Just going to have a look on Twitter, see if there's anything I can comment on. See if there's anything trending. Ken Livingstone quits the Labour Party. Who cares? Barack and Michelle Obama sign a multi-year deal with Netflix. Another reason for me to stay a Netflix virgin, it seems. Who cares? I'm glad you do, Trailer Park Guy. Welcome. It was the Lonely Club for the first 5 minutes on here. It's just me, myself, and I, and Steve popped in. Now you're here. Out the pool now, Orbit. TPG. I'm assuming you know Steve. I think I've saw Steve in your chats before. I think Debbie and Tracy will be back live tonight. I'll be watching them. Although Tracy and Debbie, if you are watching, once I get my sleeping patterns back in order, I may not be able to come into the live stream so much going forward. But weekends is fine. But when I get my sleeping patterns back together, I might not be able to come into the live streams as much. If you're wondering where on earth's PMDB? It's because, well, I'll have my sleeping patterns back in a normal. And yeah, that'll be the reason why you may not see me in some of the late live streams in America. But I'll pop in if I'm not out at the weekend. I'll pop in. Doesn't matter what the time is. So nothing too exciting on Twitter. Ken Livingstone quits the Labour Party. Who cares? Michelle and Barack Obama have joined Netflix. Who cares? Not me, anyways. If it was a Trumpster, let's see. I move over slightly, people. I'll hide it for now. I've taken my political hat off for these live streams. I've been going to another stream, and if it happens the same time hers does. Okay. Monday Night Raw tonight. Will you be watching it, Steve? TPG, you up to much? No, Diva Dave D again. I think he's gotten fed up in there. He probably needed counseling after all the live streams, PMDB live streams he's been a part of. So that's what's probably happened. Well, I won't be. Well, maybe, well, in fact, no. I'd rather watch The Nut House with Debbie and Tracy, much more entertainment, and I get educated sometimes, than watch Monday Night Raw. I've just. We've had quite a lengthy wrestling discussion on here, and my passion for today's product is not there. Perhaps If it was like live at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. my time, I might watch it, might have it on in the background here and could comment on it. Um, I just each their own, yes, and I'll always be blunt and have my opinion on here. And I expect that from everybody else. I used to watch so much wrestling related content on here. The only wrestling content I watch is from Vince Russo. I like him. I don't agree with everything he says, but I like how honest he can be. Used to be more of a Jim Cornette guy too. Don't really care for Jim Cornette anymore. He's still quite entertaining, but to me, Vince Russo speaks more sense. I don't think Jim Cornette's a good role model anyway. Very entertaining, but I used to watch much more of him. Ken Shamrock is on Twitter. Why he hasn't made a comeback to WWE is beyond me. He was one of my favorites during the Attitude Era. I thought he was great at wrestling, MMA, UFC legend too. Yeah, one of the reasons I really enjoyed wrestling. I think him and Stone Cold Steve Austin should have had a run together in the main event. I think they missed the boat on that one. I have to agree, Steve. You know, I used to be a Cornette guy. I think he is an idiot. He's a public figure, and I think I can say that. Um, and he's always miscalling everybody else that he doesn't agree with or he buries folk online. But I have to agree with you, Steve. I think he is a bit of an idiot sometimes. I think there's a jealousy. I think he's jealous of Vince Russo too. Yeah, me too, Steve. Like, regardless of what people say about Vince Russo, he did bring WWE. People were watching Raw every week when he was part of the right. I'm not saying it was all because of Vince Russo. They had a great cast. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon was must-watch TV for wrestling fans and non-wrestling fans that were tuning in at the time. The Rock was on the rise. Mankind, Mick Foley, he was great. D-Generation X was pretty damn popular too. Jim Cornette, dare say, even back then was out of touch. But I was more of a fan. I do still find him pretty entertaining, but some of his opinions, I'm like, no, Jim. Do you listen to any podcasts, Steve? Any wrestling related podcasts or anything like that? Like Vince Russo was pulled or being told to stay away from this wrestling event, All In or something. I've heard rumors CM Punk's going to appear as some sort of independent show. I don't know too much about it, but Vince Russo was pulled from the event because Cody Rhodes didn't want him there. Who the hell is Cody Rhodes? What's he ever done? I guess he's a good wrestler, but I wouldn't go across the street to see Cody Rhodes. Like, what is he? Vince Russo, I'm afraid, pal's done way much more to bring in an audience than you have ever. Cody Rhodes. Yeah, he can do fancy moves and pretty good at wrestling, but he has not got that star power, I'm sorry. His dad had it, Goldust had the star power, Cody Rhodes, no. Like in 10, 20 years' time now, I don't think anybody will be talking about Cody Rhodes. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. Nothing against him personally, but Here's him, saying, "No, Vince Russo's not allowed to come to this All In show," and that was one of the reasons I was going to watch the All In show. Is so it's not really technically it's not all in, isn't it? Technically, it's only the people I like that are all into this. Fair enough, Steve. Um, However, I find the BS more entertaining than the in-ring action today. um, but yeah, and they're like live off their family name, and a lot of these second and third generation wrestlers are not that good. I mean, Ted DiBiase Jr. He came and went. I don't think anybody noticed when he did the part. I loved Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase. He was a great wrestler. He's one of the best, without a doubt. But his son, he was a flash in the pan. Came in, came out. The only really successful third generation wrestler was The Rock, who skyrocketed to fame. Um, he springs to mind as one of the few legit, successful, not just successful, but one of those wrestlers that was even better than his dad or more famous than his dad, and so on. I was always a Stone Cold guy growing up, but I appreciate the hell out of The Rock. He was a great rival to my favorite. If only I think in my lifetime anyway, there were two. Like I remember when I first got into wrestling, I was about three. There was a time Hulkamania was still running wild in the WWF, and that's when everybody was talking about wrestling. And it sort of faded out of mainstream for a bit. Then Austin came around and The Rock, and everybody started talking about wrestling again. But since then, since the Austin retired and The Rock went to Hollywood, I've not heard much people talk about wrestling. You know. And then they say that some people actually say it's more popular than ever before. I'm like, really? I see half empty arenas at Raw, half empty arenas at SmackDown. That never used to be the case. Was it 2 million people tuning in? Used to be 8 million. Come on. Most I'm assuming it's like kids that grew up after the Attitude Era have never seen when wrestling was actually big and actually popular, and that maybe they think it's the best it's ever been. But if we've been watching all the time, and I know you've been watching a long time too, Steve. Um, me and you have seen when wrestling was popular, like legit popular. I remember Hulk Hogan was so popular, even my great auntie knew who he was, and I don't think she ever watched wrestling in her life. But I remember everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was. Like he was huge. Like my younger cousin likes wrestling. It's hard to explain to him how popular Hulk Hogan was back in the day. I mean, if Twitter was around back in the day, he would have had millions of followers, without a doubt. And even like your Jake the Snake Roberts and your Macho Man Randy Savage, they were very popular too. Like it's hard to explain how popular wrestling was. Um, like it was the thing when I was a wee kid, and then later on when I was growing up as a teenager, it became the thing again. The pops, the noise Steve Austin used to get when his music hit every week on Raw. Like it's gone to the stage now where Kevin Dunn, the producer behind the scenes, has got to um, mute the crowd and edit the crowd because the crowd just doesn't want to cheer for Roman Reigns. I mean, BS like that was, seriously. Oh me. I like pulling for the good guys if they're good at wrestling. Like they tried to force John Cena down my throat, and I just wasn't buying it. It's like I was looking at him compared to like guys like Kurt Angle at the time, thinking this guy cannot wrestle compared to Kurt Angle. Not buying this. My mate started watching TNA, and I always feel like maybe I should have crossed the line to TNA in 2006 when Kurt Angle joined in. I stayed loyal to the E, which I kind of regret. Maybe I shouldn't have stayed so loyal. I was never John Cena. I know he's got his legions of fans, but he never did anything for me. In fact, the more I've seen of John Cena, the less wrestling I watched. And also, back in the day, when Jake Roberts gave you a DDT, that was it. Steve Austin hit a stunner, it was lights out, pal. Finishers don't mean the same as they used to did. Yeah, it seems to be too choreographed. I mean, all these fancy flips and all that, they mean nothing, you know. If the wrestling's not good, if there's no story there. Bret Hart used to tell a fantastic story in the ring and was great. He was extremely popular here in Europe. Bret the Hitman Hart. No problem, Steve. Thanks for popping in. Glad we agree on Jim Cornette, who I used to be a Jim Cornette mark. Now I guess I'm a Vince Russo mark. Welcome to another wrestling live stream. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. I said it was live, but nobody cares. I do have 387 followers on Twitter. Go me. Let's see if anybody cares on Facebook. Nope. Nope. Wonder if I turn on the chat, maybe someone will speak to me. Come on. So this has turned into a bit of a wrestling live stream. At least with wrestling, it's a subject I so happen to know quite a bit about. As a wrestling fan from 3 years old, grew up with Hulk Hogan, the Olmec Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, all these legends, Demolition, who should be in the Hall of Fame by now. Some great talents from the golden age of wrestling. And even the period when that wasn't so popular with everybody else, the next generation, I still enjoyed because you had greats like Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, whom I've mentioned. Owen Hart was excellent. The Undertaker, one of the best gimmicks of all time, later would become, damn good in the ring too. My top 10 wrestlers of all time are 10, The Ultimate Warrior, 9, Kurt Angle, 8, Brock Lesnar, 7, Hulk Hogan, 6, Jake the Snake Roberts, 5, Ric Flair, 4, The Undertaker, 3, Bret Hitman Hart, 2, Shawn Michaels, and 1, the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'd go through my list since no one's watching just now, so there's not any dead air if people watch this back. Let's see if there's any more excitement on Twitter. What can we find? Nobody likes me on Facebook. I need new friends. Thank God Steve came in, or this would have been very lonely. And I start to sing, even though I can't. Rangers Football Club are tweeting, talking about Steven Gerrard. I'm looking forward to him becoming the manager. Good vibes about Steven Gerrard. See, but him becoming Rangers' new manager, all the attention will be on Rangers now. That's all Sky Sports News talk about when talking about Scottish football is Rangers Football Club, because Steven Gerrard is the new manager. So there's already positive effect. Now we just need the results. At least there'll be the World Cup coming up this year. Come on, England. I'm supporting England. Usually here in Scotland, it's anybody but England. But with me, the last few tournaments, I've been England, supporting England. I'm legit want them to win the World Cup. I think it'd be great. An excuse to have a party. Party on here. I've been Pride this week. I myself won't be going, as I've mentioned before. I do not need a parade to be proud of whom I am. But then there's many people that are looking forward to the event. So if you want to go to Grampian Pride, it'll be here in Aberdeen, May 26th. All sorts of stuff going on that day. Best way to find out, just type in Grampian Pride in Google, and you'll find out whom will be entertaining you that day. I think one good thing about Grampian Pride is it'll be busy nights. I think it'll be a buzzing night out in Cheers Bar and Club and others. Hey Steve, welcome back. Do you now? Yeah, Cornet. Yeah, I know what soccer is. Sky Sports tried to Americanize our football here by calling it Soccer Saturday, one of their programs. Like, no disrespect to people in America, but no one outside America calls football soccer here, I'm afraid. But despite Sky Sports' best attempts to Americanize our sport, which everybody calls football, it's like when Vince McMahon tries to brand his wrestling company that stars wrestlers that do wrestling matches, sports entertainment terms, not working, Vince. Let it go. Let it go, Vince. Our football, soccer, is the only sport, real sport, I keep up with. Really, my knowledge is a bit vague of the rugby. Darts, however, I think it was Hogmanay time that there was a great darts final on. I think it was the World Tournament final. And I got really hooked into watching that. It was a great atmosphere. Curling, don't know anything about, but there's actually a curling place just up the road from me, actually. You might like to have checked that out. You do it yourself, Steve? What, the guys at the darts? Mm. Yeah, they were sweating and everything. Usually I don't flick through the darts, but my mum was watching it and I watched it with her and I got really into it. It was exciting. It was I can see why it can, be addictive to watch, or why it's popular. Yeah, I got a good laugh out of it. So, do you play it yourself when maybe you're in a bar or something with friends, maybe? Nearly half an hour in. TPG was here anymore. Maybe he's back in his pool. Steve's in. No Kim, no. I'm going to stay on for another half an hour. think an hour's more than enough live streaming. I bet you would still beat me, Steve. I'd play darts. I think it'd be good fun. The place I go to, the bar next to it has a dart board, or used to have a dart board. I think there was actually like amateur teams that played. Ah, yeah, I think you would easily beat me then if you used to play in a league. I still want to tour the American bars next time I'm over, perhaps. Although I'm only going to be there 7 days and it's for a wedding, so we'll have too much time to explore. But 20 years ago, eh? I can't believe it. You know, it's funny. You think 20 years ago, you think, like my brain, like, oh, it's the 70s. And it's like, actually, no. 20 years ago is 1998. It's the 90s now. That's scary. Hold on. My man is live again. Dave, I was live earlier. You weren't here. I thought perhaps you'd been watching too much of my live streams and you needed counseling and time out. But I'm happy to see you here. As I said to Steve earlier, I'm going to be here for another 29 minutes now. I'm going to try and stick to an hour maximum on here. I know, Dave. What's you slacker? That's okay then. That's okay. How old is your grandma today, if you don't mind me asking, Dave? Did she have a good birthday? Are you her favorite grandson? I'm just, I think an hour plus is too much. No, I'm just editing and was on the other accounts, so I didn't see you go live, but wanted to check now. Well, I'm here. You should know our age. Just come on, Dave. 71 to 73. Was I know you do. Isn't your birthday creeping up? Steve is here. Kim was in the last chat. We were speaking about you, Dave. Wondering what earth's happened to you. Yes, it's these family milestones. Make the most out of them. I regret not. I did. I kind of punish myself too much sometimes. I did go and visit my grandma a lot in her last few years, but before she started going downhill with Alzheimer's, I wished I had, maybe before nights out, pop in for a cup of tea more often. So I kind of regret not doing anything, even though I was with her a lot last few years. Family first, I agree, Steve. I love my family. I'm blessed to have a great mum and sister. Love my Uncle Graham, Auntie Audrey, cousins, love them all the same. Oh, sorry, very sorry to hear that, Dave. Glad she's getting better. My grandma was the only one I knew growing up. My granddad passed away when I was 4, so I didn't really know him, but I've heard lots of good things about him. My other set of grandparents never got to meet them, so I don't know much about my dad's side. He's not been part of my life. His loss. That's a shame that you only got to see one of your grandparents. Was that your grandma or granddad, Steve? Really, that's sad, Steve. We all do die at some point, Dave. Thanks for the breaking news. My mother's mother. Did you go on with your grandma, Steve? I remember when I was about 4 or something, I had an older sister, and she's like, "You know, Paul, you do die one day." I'm like, "I just" it's like, "What?" I was gutted. Oh, kids. There's no filter with kids. They just tell you the truth, don't they? It's good to hear. I know some people don't get on with some of their family members, and that's sad, but I have been blessed with some great ones. Um, can't comment on my dad's side as I don't know much about them, apart from they were all Rangers fans, so I guess I got the Rangers gene. But that's I could have many more great family members. I'm just not aware of them, which does annoy me a wee bit, but it is what it is. Farmers Market Day, I've not heard of that. But she's getting better now, Dave. That must have been such a relief. I hope she had a good birthday then. Was there a lot of yous around to see her, Dave? I see, Steve. I say I'll stay on here for an hour, but you know me, I'm always tempted to outstay my welcome on here. It's great to see you back for Diva Dave D. You get on with your cousins, Dave? Are they older or younger than you? Kim is missing out. I've got my favourite fleece on as well. Then I get too comfy in here. Michael, thanks for stopping by to mine. I was highly entertained by your live stream yesterday. I was legit laughing at it. So thanks for the entertainment. You knocked out the park. I think that's the first time I've caught you live before, and you knocked out the park, Michael. Very, very entertaining stuff, especially with the horse, his head. That made me laugh out loud. Now, Steve. They're both younger, but one of them looked up to me a lot when he was younger. What's you must be a. That's good to have someone looking up to you, Dave. Must make you feel good that you're, have I think you've got a smart head on you. How many views have you got now on that video you did last night, Dave? I saw you had over 500 last time I checked. I think the bonds with your family have got to be organic. Of course, deep down, you might have a better bond with um, some more than others. I tell you, I know YouTube doesn't like this, but sub Michael, guys, who's in the chat, he highly entertaining. He really entertained me yesterday. And thank you for all the shout outs. I don't know why YouTube doesn't like people subbing each other, or YouTube's got some strange rules. like year after year, I try not to think too much about their rules, but year after year, I feel less and less enthusiastic about uploading something because I feel like, well, what's the point? Steve, we're all born the same, shit the same, die the same. As Dave pointed out earlier in the chat, we'll all die someday. Well, I don't think they like people coming in and say sub for sub. I think people used to do. I never used to do that personally, but I don't think they're a fan of that. I was listening to TPG's live stream, and they're also not a fan of people putting their PayPal in the chat either now. I'm like, really? Is that? I don't. Is it really that big a deal? Are you going live tonight, Michael? So I'm going to stay on here another 20 minutes or so, and I'm hoping there's going to be people live that can pop in. But I don't think it should be a problem if you do ask for subs. I mean, what harm is it doing? Um, I was. Isn't it the logic that the more people are watching YouTube and enjoying YouTube, that's best for everybody? Is that not what should be the logic? I don't know. I'm scared to say too much in case I get taken down. That's the atmosphere they've sort of created on here. People are, scared. I mean, I'll go and sub people, but if I think their product's not good, I won't stay sub to them. And I wouldn't want people who did it. I wouldn't want people torturing themselves. So my videos, if they didn't really like them. So yep, me too, Steve. But I much preferred how things used to be on YouTube. It used to seem much more fun. I've seen a lot of channels taken down, in my mind, for no reason. I come on here to entertain myself and sometimes, help others that have mental health problems like myself. Others that can relate to my issues, and some people say I've helped them, so it's great. I can totally. I'm not. I'm not going to stop this an hour. I can totally see myself staying on for more. See, once I get chatting and Diva Dave comes in, my backbone to the chat, and we're cooking. No, I never said I subbed you back because you were kind enough to sub me, and I've checked out some of your work, Dave, and I think you're a damn good young YouTuber. Was there a particular reason why they took his live stream ability away? 90 days is like a jail sentence, I mean. Anyways, I get nervous talking about them while I'm on. So because I'm powerless, there's nothing really I can do. Dave, I saw some of your videos and people do like your videos. I've seen some nice comments in your videos. I have to check out your Illuminati videos too. I had a nosy at your channel yesterday to see if Juice My Randomness was actually on top of me in your sub box. I was raging. And I had a wee look at your videos listed, and I thought I'm going to check some of those out. Probably agree with you. judging by some of the thumbnails. Well, like we say, we're not meant to be everyone's cup of tea. We are gonna get negative comments. We are gonna get trolls that come into live streams, and that's just life, as Vince Russo would say. I think we get set challenges in life, and I think we've got to learn how to live and rise above negativity and negative people. It can be challenging at times if they catch you off guard. It seems to happen when you're having a bad day. Have you noticed that? If you're having a bad day, you're in a bad mood, people annoy you. Have you noticed that? I'm getting too comfy on here. You know what? The hell with the maximum hour I set myself. When it goes 60 minutes, I'm going to get myself a damn good cup of tea and come back. He has an English channel, Steve, as well, if you weren't aware. Diva Dave D. So you mentioned you were editing a video as well earlier. You up to much anything else tonight, Diva Dave D? Of course, the laptop could crash. There's always that chance, always that risk I have coming onto here. But Michael, who was my chat earlier, check him out. He's really entertaining, I thought. I'm gonna check out your old live streams, Steve. Did you enjoy last night's live stream marathon of mine? We'll never say never. Never say never, but I don't think there will ever be a live stream that long again. I think that was my limit. I'll check them out for Steve. I see. Oh, I think I'll go for a cup of tea soon, guys, if you don't mind. Ooh. Before going live, my videos would rarely hit the 10-minute mark. Just with how long it would take to upload the videos, even though I could have easily went like I am doing now for hours. So I could talk for Scotland, I could talk for the United States of America. But the uploading time and how long it took to upload some of these videos put me off. The great thing about going live is YouTube processes it for you, and all you need to do is download the file afterwards. I like keeping copies of everything I've done, because I feel like you should own your creation on here. Because, nobody's guaranteed to be on social media forever. God forbid Facebook may close someday, YouTube may fold someday. So I like to back up all my pictures and videos. I joined a YouTube site named BitChute. I'd recommend it for big and small YouTubers. For even more extra protection, my PlayStation 3 basically became the PMDB video vault for a while. If you and Steve, if you and Diva Dave D Why am I calling you Diva Dave Day? Diva Dave D. We known each other long? I think met you both in the same sort of circle of live streams. Really, is that one of the abilities they have? I haven't set any mods yet. Do you enjoy being a mod, Steve? You like being a mod in other people's chats? Hope Solus appreciates that the clock is in a better view. He said he liked my clock, so for Solus, the clock is back on that shelf. Same time, same place. Hey, hey. You still enjoying the live streams, Diva Dave D? I thought you had maybe tapped out. You were at your limit with PMDB live streams, thinking, "Oh, tap, tap, tap. I've had enough." Oh, so you've reached your limit. My backbone of the chats. Good. I like being here too. You know, We're joking. I'm joking. Once I get the, you know, maybe if I do a Google Hangout sometime, I can get you guys on here sometime, and we can have a proper chat together, proper banter. Exactly. I mean, it was before Steve came in. It was I went from the singles club to the lonely club for the first 5 minutes. I started listing my top 10 wrestlers, so there was no dead air. I started reading Twitter trends, which I never do. That's what happens when there's no actual plan. But I guess it makes it more natural. Maybe I could have started listing 10 reasons why Diva Dave D no longer is in the live streams. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever that was. Oh, it's getting comfy. Are you guys comfy here? I am. I could relax. I could have a lie down right now, actually. Where's Juice today? It's 2 likes. Thank you. PMDB merchandise. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. But as I've said before, I couldn't think, I enjoy going live. I enjoy the people that come in and enjoy these videos. But I honestly couldn't think of anything worse than what's that about TBG? You know what? I read that so quick, Diva Dave. I thought you said tonight you might have to go and do it on me. I read that far too quick. Mine straight in the gutter. Straight in the gutter. If I talk any more filthy, I'm going to have to rate this 18. Welcome, Solus. We were talking about you. The clock's on the other shelf. That is just for you, Solus. Here for my audience. Yeah, I read Diva Dave D's comment far too quick. I thought he meant he was going to do his business on me. Oh, me. I may or may not be in that. I've got a few fetishes, a few kinks. Not too exciting ones, but I think everybody has their fetishes, kinks. Everybody admits it. What's TMI stand for? I think you're more in the loop with some of these text terms than I am. Too much information. Too much information, Diva Dave D. Oh, you said my information. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these text language means something else to others, you know. I'm sure it has all sorts of meanings. In 4 minutes, we're gonna have a countdown, Steve. I know you like them. I'm gonna make my. We're gonna have a halftime tea break, and I'm gonna come back because you guys, I just can't keep away. Same here, Solus. Same here. Oh, I love Kim, but I have to ask. I like. I'm not being rude, but I have to ask her what a lot of them stand for when I get messages sometimes. Yes, I might take off my fleece for you. How's that? No, I'm just going to make tea, so chat amongst yourselves. Hey, hey. I wish people would just, personally, I just wished people would use English words, not text words, but I'm old fashioned like that. Seriously, I think I was like born 20 years after my time. I think I would have had a much more happier life if I was born in the 60s, 67, and grew up in the 80s. I really do. I've heard you speak English, Dave. I shouldn't have used the English word. I should have just said words instead of text terms. That's what I should have said. We really need some. I wouldn't say no to that, Steve. Should just get a poll in here. Or maybe that'd be too much for YouTube. I don't know. I had a girl really flirting with me on Friday. Um, Literally throwing herself on me. I wasn't complaining. But if I had done that to her, I'd probably get chucked out. Well, Steve thinks you should dance for it. Are you even good at dancing, Dave? I can't dance. I can't sing. I've got not much talent. People seem to like me on here, though. 1 minute to go, and it's tea time. Then a group of women will come in and start dancing for you all. I'm sure you could dance better than me, Steve. Dave, rather. What's Solus up to tonight? This afternoon, this evening, whatever time it is with you. My clock's got the same time. They really do, Steve. Well, your sister probably tells the truth, so you probably do suck at dancing, Dave. But you're probably still better than me. My arms and legs move. On that note, I was gonna dance there. I'm not gonna dance. Time for tea halftime break. PMDB will go out, and in will come the invisible dancing woman for your entertainment. Waiting for the kettle to boil. Has there been any excitement in the chat? Solus is folding towels. You twerk sometimes, Dave. Are you going to be in this dancing video of Kim is here? Are you going to be in any of that video Juice was making? It is tea time. It's the halftime show, Kim. There's invisible woman dancing in my room now for Steve's amusement and Dave's amusement. Right. Back, brothers and sisters. Back, Team PMDB. Hope everybody's behaving now. If I've missed anything in the chat, I apologize. Right. How are you doing tonight, Kim? Hope you're doing good. Like I say, I guess. Sorry if I've missed anything in the chat. I really need a caffeine patch or two. Have a look at chat. I seem to have missed something in the chat. Is everyone okay? At least Diva Dave D, are you still here? At least, as far as I know, there's been no audio problems again. Touch wood. You still folding towels, Solus? Thank you, Kim. Like Steve said earlier, Dave, too much information, buddy. I'm I'm trying to have a cup of tea here, Dave. I actually have, you know what? Sometimes, well, actually, every morning, I actually have a cup of tea while I'm in the shower. Isn't that gross? So, I really need a caffeine patch so badly. I guess it's got to be done, Solus. So much for me staying on for just an hour. I blame you guys for making me feel so welcome here. Solus, I might not look at the chat for a wee bit. Too much information, like I say. Oh, thank God. There is a God after all. Thank God he's not going to share. No, but isn't that, what's the word? Loyalty. You, you know, you watch me literally anywhere, Dave. That is loyalty. That is, wow. You were brushing your teeth the other week while watching me multitasking. I'm, I feel blessed. Kim, you still with us? Are you okay? This is the 1016th video, the 1016th mistake. If you're keeping score, Dave, I'd be surprised if he did have Soul with a username like that. Well, apparently Dave doesn't, Kim. Ah, me. Thanks for popping in, guys. Too much information sometimes, but all the same, thank you for popping in. So TPG was live earlier on. I watched him and Douglas last night. I think they've got great chemistry together. Debbie and Tracy will be live tonight. Fan Solus, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad. Yeah, I had a great time chatting with you and others last night. We had Mikey Mike in for, I mean, he was here ages. He needs out more. But then again, when Dave takes me with him, it seems. Feel flushed. Lost for words sometimes reading some of this chat. You folded all the towels. You're multitasking too. Hey Kim, are you still here? Are you okay? We are human, last time I checked, yes. I think I'm human. Let's have a look at Twitter. We mentioned it being the singles club the other day. It turned into the lonely club for the first 5 minutes before Steve joined me earlier. I was reading out my top 10 wrestlers of all time, so there's no dead air. It's not so good live streams when you're all alone. Steve's an animal. He's in a cage, Steve. If I was your father, Dave, I wouldn't like you bringing your phones into the bathroom either. Remember, if I ever have kids, they're not getting a phone until they're at least 21. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. Ken Livingston still fired. Quit Labour Party, whatever. Who cares? Nothing as usual of excitement on Twitter. Let's see Facebook, see if anybody likes me on Facebook. Nobody loves me on Facebook, so I'll close that app. Yes, rules are made to be broken. There's some silly rules on certain platforms. Not naming or looking at any platforms in Pacific. A lot of double standards. I hate double standards. Should be a rule for everybody. There is rules. Where are you, Kim? Well, I'm here. I'm live. You were here for the quick live video earlier. I watched Coronation Street. An hour of my life I can't get back. Never usually watch Coronation Street, but was intrigued about the return of a particular character, Pat, back from the dead. All I care about, Diva Dave, D, Solus, is how people treat others. That's all I really care about. Like if I'm on a night out, I go out to have a good time and respect, everybody. And I'd like the same back. Solus is saying what? Hat show? Where'd that come from? They still haven't dropped that bloomin' Halloween trailer. What are they playing at? Soon be Christmas. England will have won the World Cup by time this Halloween trailer drops. What show I was watching? It was a show, a soap opera named Coronation Street. It's quite dire, to be honest. Solus has no soul, Dave. Did you not know? Solus, I haven't saw you go live today. Have you got any upcoming live streams yourself? It's nice to see you guys bantering back and forth in chat. That's what I like to see. As long as it continues to be good banter back and forth, no one gets hurt. I think 4 hours was pushing it last night, and that won't happen again. As I say, there will be never a 4 hour PMDB stream again. My knowledge on weed and smoking is very, very vague, so I can't comment on it. Yes, do you like the Batman? No Miley mug tonight. I've got all sorts of mugs. It's the Batman one tonight. I've got no Superman mugs, funnily enough. I've got most of the films on my top shelf, with the exception of the DC Extended Universe. I've got everything from 60s to the Burton era to the Nolan trilogy. But no DC Extended Universe Batman in sight. Even though I do think Ben Affleck is a solid Batman, I just don't think the films he's appeared in have been great. I have Facebook, but I don't add or accept many people. Yeah, I can't really argue that. Soulless. Tim Burton's first Batman here too. It was a massive success at the box office, and so was The Dark Knight. So it's hard to argue as those two films being the best. Box office doesn't lie. But then again, I suppose there's some films that have made a lot of money, and then you look at them and think that wasn't very good. I remember when I was a young kid, Batman was all over the place thanks to Tim Burton's two films. And then the Dark Knight craze, that was, crazy. I went to see the Dark Knight 3 times. Hey, we've got a Bond then, Solus. He's happens to be my favorite too. I seem to have preferred Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne more than I did Christian Bale's Batman. That voice was too much at times. I have a Twitter. Is the host allowed to put in his Twitter name in here? I think you are actually following me, Steve. I think I followed you back. I'm gonna put in my Twitter. I might as well put in my Twitter if you fancy following me. I think that's my Twitter. I forget sometimes. YouTube's the only original social media platform I've got. Went through a number of Facebooks and Twitters. I do, but I haven't. I'm way behind Marvel Solus. I think the last Marvel film I watched all the way through was X-Men 3: Last Stand. I'm very behind. Very. I mean, they've released a lot of films in the last 15 so years, right? I'm guessing you're a fan of Marvel, right? If Kim's anything like me, I give up, never give out my Facebook usually. I don't mind people watching on here. chatting to me on here, but there's Facebook's. I don't let anybody on my Facebook really. I don't even have Kim on my Facebook, and I get on for quite well. But if she's anything like me, I don't let much people into my Facebook. I post too much rubbish. Hey, maybe Kim, your way to get yourself a cup of tea. That's just my opinion on some social media platforms. Twitter, you can follow me till your heart's content on there. So just usually sign in, post something stupid, sign out. But Facebook is just really for, to me personally, is for family photos and stuff like that. I don't really want a big audience on there. I see. Is that question to me, Solus? I'm not sure if that's towards me. I've heard of a crumpet, but pass. So, Solus, looking back at some of the chat, you're a fan of some of the Marvel films. I've heard Deadpool's very good. I've heard Logan's excellent. What Marvel films would you recommend? Even, I'm sure some of them might be good, but I do believe they have released too many DC Marvel films in recent years. Like, slow down. There's only so much time in our life to watch all these films. Time to release that blooming Halloween trailer. What's that all about? May 19th was the rumored date I heard. Looking forward to it all week. I've heard X-Men, that past film, was pretty damn good. As I say, I only got to X-Men 3. Out of the first 3 films, X-Men 2, I really enjoyed. Forgive me, guys, I was thirsty. So what do you like about Batman 1989? I'm intrigued. Sometimes it can get overlooked by the Nolan trilogy. That to me has its problems too. It's not as perfect as some fans make out to be. It's a lot better than the DC extended universe releases, but personally, if we're speaking about Batman, the best Batman thing I've ever seen on film, television, is Batman the Animated Series. I think that was an unbelievable series. That's my favorite Batman type, if you will. But then again, I've never read one Batman comic or any superhero comics, so maybe the comics, maybe I'm missing out. I remember growing up with a Batman animated series. Of course, Michael Keaton being your favorite Batman, Jack. I like Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I think he's so different from Heath Ledger. We're having this discussion in one of my other live streams. When that film came out, everybody loved Jack Nicholson as the Joker, but nowadays he seems to be overlooked a wee bit. Yeah, I think it's a near perfect animated series. It's like all the Batman bad guys in it are done very well. It's got the best incarnation of Two-Face by a mile. Steve, like, I'm assuming it's the 6 days series. That was good fun. Kim likes Jack as the Joker too. I think Jack Nicholson's You know, when he came in and you saw him as the Joker for the first time, and he kills the boss guy. His name escapes me. That was an outstanding scene. I love the wee build up to him becoming the Joker. The only Joker, I know you said you like Suicide Squad, Kim, but the only Joker I didn't like was the name actor's name escapes me, but I thought what a waste of the Joker in the Suicide Squad film. I was disappointed that by that film, and um, after the amazing performance Heath Ledger gave, the great performance Jack Nicholson gave. He's hot, but he's not a good Joker. I loved Harley Quinn in the movie. She was, oh my god, she was stunning, and she was good as Harley Quinn. But I was before Suicide Squad came out. I thought it was going to blow away Batman v Superman. But I was, if I'm being honest, Kim, I was disappointed in Suicide Squad. Dave says the Suicide Squad Joker was a turn on, but he didn't like the movie. See, it seems to have, lots of difference of opinion. Some people love it. Some people love the Joker in it. He was an awesome Riddler. I agree with that. Um, he was much better than Jim Carrey. I didn't think Jim Carrey was great in Batman Forever. And I like Jim Carrey usually, but his Riddler was didn't work. Frank was a damn good Riddler. I've still to see a lot of Gotham. I think I've seen bits here and there. I'm quite behind with the television adaptations of Batman. I've seen all the films in the cinema starting with Batman Forever, showing my age. I was too young when Batman and Batman Returns came out. They were 15s over here, so I wouldn't have been able to see them anyway. Don't know if you've saw the new what, Kim? Sorry, Diva Dave. When you say you've never seen Batman, have you never seen anything to do with Batman, or have you never seen? There's a couple of films. There's the 1966 Batman, and there's the 1989 Batman. 1966 is fun. That's a question, Solus. My favorite. I've got a crush on Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I think she was excellent too. Like I've got like Michelle Pfeiffer was my crush. I thought she was an excellent Catwoman rather. There's one film I've never seen, and I don't think I'll ever watch is the movie Catwoman. I've heard so many bad things about it. I've no rush to see it. I think I checked to see if Batman was in it, and that was the only reason I was just going to go and see it in the cinema. But I learned Batman's not in it, so I was like, well, I'm not going to see this. I see. It's not everybody's cup of tea, Batsy. Hey, Mikey Mike, welcome. Mikey Mike is in the house, just in time to give me a massage. Only kidding, I'm good tonight. Although, like I say, I'm going to do this one more time. I'm never ever going to do a 4 hour live stream again. Never again. Promise I won't do that again. I like being childish on here sometimes. Oh, I haven't seen the film. I've not heard many good things about. So, um, we are good, Elf. I think I'm good. Um, you like you're a fan of Miss Perry, Halle Berry, Steve. She was in the Bond film Die Another Day as well, which is not a good James Bond film, but I remember being really excited for that film too. That was like the peak of my Bond fandom. It looked like quite a kinky suit. I've never watched the film. I think it's a beautiful scene between Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. I think they had great chemistry together. That scene when they realize, oh, he's Batman, she's Catwoman. Beautiful scene. And I thought Michelle Pfeiffer in that dress was looking fantastic. Um, is there Batman films we haven't mentioned yet? I haven't mentioned Batman and Robin. Anybody like Batman and Robin from 1997? There is Batman Begins is my personal favorite entry to the Dark Knight trilogy. Even though I thought Heath Ledger's performance in The Dark Knight was outstanding, I favor Batman Begins. Dark Knight Rises, being honest, was a bit disappointing. Although I did enjoy Bane's fight with Batman, I thought it was a great fight in the film, and he breaks his back, or almost breaks his back. Yeah, that was no. I love Christopher Walken. This is how great Christopher Walken was. You had an awesome Batman, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer, and he arguably stole the show. Christopher Walken. Yes, how amazing! That's how amazing he is. Batman Returns was almost my favorite growing up. I watched that film a lot. It does have its flaws, but um, but the music, Danny Elfman's Batman score was excellent. I've still not read a comic. I don't think I will start now. I feel a bit too old now. So I'm not sure, Kim. Wrong person to ask. It's nice that we've got a few difference of opinions in here. Are you talking about the TV show The Flash? I don't think I've seen anything to do with The Flash, apart from I saw the Justice League last year. Moving on. I will say um, the Flash in the movie was probably one of the highlights of the film, but I thought the Justice League was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. It was, I thought it was awful. And you know, I haven't saw much of the Flash. Yeah, it's good to see it. No one's really mad at each other. That's great. I'm enjoying this Batman discussion. I think everybody, whether you're a Batman fan or not, has knows a little bit about it. Steve was talking about the Riddler from the 60s. He was excellent. Kim likes the Catwoman movie and Suicide Squad. Me and Solus, our favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. Even though I was kind of Kim thinks Batman's a bit too much. Um, I don't know what's happening with the new films. I mean, Justice League flopped so much, didn't it? Mikey Mike, welcome again. Chris O'Donnell is a very handsome man in Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. One of my friends really fancied Chris O'Donnell. Hello, Lynn. Welcome. The knife lady is here, Steve. Hey, Lost. How's it going? Yeah, I was talking to someone recently about Chris O'Donnell being. Well, I think the film sucked, but I guess Chris O'Donnell was good to look at. Um, my chat's non-filter. Glad you're not bad. Lost Nomad. Lynn is here. This has been it was a lonely live stream to begin with for the first 5 minutes, Lynn. Nobody came in. So I started listing off my favorite wrestlers, so there was no dead air. Then Steve came in and we started talking about Batman. So it's been another random live stream. If you're new to the live streams, there's no plan. I just banter off of what people are talking about in the chat. Because that's the type of live streams I enjoy, is when the host is bantering back and forth with people in the chat. Kim mentioned swearing. I guess you can swear if you want in the chat. I sometimes drop a few F bombs, C bombs here and there in my live streams. I've done it myself. I guess I can delete chat, but this is really a non-filter chat. I'm always a believer in freedom of speech, so I guess as long as it doesn't affect me, I couldn't care less what you say in the chat. Would it affect me if I had people swearing in the chat? Would that affect my channel? Does anybody know the answer? If it doesn't, I don't care. It doesn't offend me, swear words. Yep, Steve's been here. He's been here for a while. It was wrestling chat to begin with, then it turned into Batman chat. Poor Lynn. I was only going to stay on here for an hour or so, but I just got too comfy. Favorite movie is either Jaws or Terminator 2 Soulless. What's your favorite movie? What's everybody's favorite movie? Do let me know. I don't watch a lot of films, to be honest, so it's really the ones I grew up with. I remember being terrified of Jaws when I first watched it. Well, I always loved Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I love James Cameron as a director. Love Arnie. Commando's another one of my favorites. I'll be staying up late tonight, so I'll be joining the other live streams tonight. Not sure how long this live stream will last. Either will end when my laptop crashes, or I feel like it's time. Yeah, I love T2. I enjoy the Terminator movie from 1984. You need out more, Mikey Mike. Hope you enjoyed, Phil. I appreciate the comments. Scary movies. Any particular favorite, Lynn? I've not seen his Conan movies, Steve, actually. I do love Schwarzenegger. He was a terrible Mr. Freeze, but he was born to play the Terminator. Yeah, Robert Patrick's excellent. I'm glad someone mentioned him. The T-1000. That was a really solid cast in the Terminator 2. Linda Hamilton, excellent. I heard she's back for T6. But if I'm being honest, at the moment with the Terminator franchise, at the moment there's more bad Terminators than there have been good ones. Terminator 3 was Terminator Salvation was boring. Terminator Genesis was awful. I've still not watched those movies, Lynn. I've been told, I think Juice mentioned those movies. I've been told they're very good. I'm going to have to start watching more of them. Still not watched one Harry Potter movie, by the way, Kim. Yeah, the new one sucked. Maybe it's a bit harsh on Salvation. I've only watched it a couple of times, but I must see Terminator 3 in the cinema. It was quite a good cinema experience, but on rewatch, like this is not that good. So I've been told, Lynn, that Harry Potter is awesome. I'm still a Harry Potter virgin when it comes to watching his films or reading his books. Not watched one in Lord of the Rings either. Hell yeah. Would anybody get triggered if I said Harry Potter is shite? No, I'm only kidding. I can't comment on Harry Potter as I've never seen them, so I can't comment. Harry Potter's the best film franchise, Lynn, I've ever seen in my life, even though I haven't seen it. No, we don't want anybody to get triggered or melt in here. We just want everybody to come in here and have a good time, have a good banter, talk about anything you want. You can swear if you want, as long as I don't think, if someone does nasty in the chat, does that affect me? If it doesn't affect me, I couldn't care less how much nice you display in the chat or how much you swear. It doesn't affect me. Who's Jimmy? Have I missed? Who's Jimmy? Are you enjoying the 80s movies, Lost, Nomad? I'm way behind films myself. The only films I've got really are stuff I bought years ago when I had too much money and didn't go out. I think the 80s movies have a good vibe to them. The Shining comes to mind. Lynn mentioned horrors. I like the Shining movie. I like Jack Nicholson movies in general. We were talking about him earlier being Joker. I'm not sure if I'll ever watch Harry Potter, but Mike, 7 people watching. Wow, 7 people need out more. Thanks for coming in, Phil. Goonies and Lost Boys. Solus likes. So does Mike. Lynn loves the Joker. Any particular one Joker? I think the Joker, without doubt, has to be one of the best on-screen villains ever. Any Star Wars fans? I've seen the original Star Wars trilogy and the prequels. Went to see them in the cinema. I've not seen one Disney-produced Star Wars film. Are they any good? I actually have owned Star Wars Episode 7 for over a year, but I've still not opened it. I've never been bored enough to watch it. Someone says they're ruining it. I think there's been, how many Star Wars related films has there been in the last couple of years? I mean, come on, slow down. Fantastic Beasts is one of Kim's faves. Well, I'm happy, Steve. People watch Steve, Mike rather. People watching. Heath Ledger's Joker was excellent. Um, what can I say? It hasn't already been said about Heath Ledger's one. Scary to think he was only like 28 when he passed. I skipped that bit. I've not seen the Fantastic Beast myself. Is that an old film? See, I am like, if I didn't grow up with it, I haven't watched a lot of films in the last 15 years. I have a cinema trip once a year. This year it'll be Halloween. Last year was the Justice League. Justice League was. Has anybody in here seen the Justice League? Did anybody actually like it? I see. Per equal to Harry Potter. I'm the host. If I want to skip some comments, I can. You're not missing out, Lynn. Never ever see it's torture. I enjoyed your company last night, Mikey Mike. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. It was the Lonely Club to begin with this specific live stream. Then it turned into a wrestling live stream with me and Steve. Then it turned into a Batman live stream. Same here, Mike. I am very behind. Solus was mentioning earlier about the Marvel comic book films. Last one to watch was X-Men 3, and I was, 2003? Well, I mean, you and Kim are selling it to me. I'll give it a try. The Fantastic Beast film. Yeah, I'm sure Lynn's fine. Is Steve behaving in the chat? As long as everybody's having a good time, I don't care. I swear. Oh, Solus. Oh, the knives are out. Oh. Michael Myers is here. As long as everybody's having a good time, Thanks, Solus. I appreciate that comment. As long as, I'm having a good time chatting to you all. I've lost interest in non-live videos. Hey, I mean, you guys make the live stream. I come on here with no plan, so you guys make it for me. Lost. Thank you for watching. And jump on the live stream bandwagon until years later. I done 1,004 non-live videos first after 8 years, and then jumped on the live stream bandwagon. Now I'm addicted. Well, thank you. In the toilet, Solus. Ask away. I'll answer some questions. I may skip some others. Nice, Solus. Oh, me. First kiss um, was a place called Foundation here in Aberdeen. Uh, Many years ago now. Was with a guy. Wasn't that great, to be honest, Kim. I didn't pay for the kiss, no. He came on to me, actually. I'm quite bored. My love life's quite boring, Lynn. Sorry. Gotta be honest. That's questions for me. Maybe you'll begin. You'll get better answers in the chat. Smooth groove. I mean, I was talking about Friday night. Had a woman literally jump onto me, so I don't do too badly sometimes. Hugs back, Kim. Sounds like a very nice first kiss, then, Mikey Mike. But if I'm being honest, I'm being brutally honest about myself. My love story wouldn't make a good film. Who's Jimmy? I keep hearing this Jimmy being mentioned. Who's Jimmy? Am I missing out on something? Are the knives back on the shelf? 11 years, really? Um, Last time I had a date was a couple years now. It was a disaster. I do seem to prefer women these days. Any single ladies in the house? Um, Let me think on that, Solus. There might be something that pops up, but then again, do I want to broadcast it to YouTube? Lynn is single, but she's got knife Steve. This is turning into a dating app. Does anybody use those blooming dating apps? I think they're a waste of time. Blue for Rangers, of course. If you don't know who Rangers are, they're a football club, soccer club over here. I like red too, for I like bright colors. I am 30 years young, Lynn. Ouch, Solus. I need to play more football. I miss it. I used to like being a goalkeeper. I was going to name a old Rangers player, but I don't think anybody will know who I'm talking about, so I won't mention him. Yeah. Are you doing anything planned for your big 40th, Lynn? You gonna have a party? Will you be drinking? Did you enjoy playing soccer, as you call it, Solus? Lynn's still quite young, Steve, now, I would say. I'm saying that now, being 30. Lynn's still quite young in my eyes. Did you do anything for your 40th, Lost? I've seen I think you've been a subscriber for a long time, right? I think I've seen your name in my subscriptions for a while. I hope it's a great night, Lynn. I kind of regret not having a party for my 30th, but I was like, who'd come? I've got a small circle of friends. Family's not the biggest. I was like, I'd have liked a 30th party. I love parties myself, but I was like, who would come? I did have a drink. Mikey Mike saying 40 is young. 40 is the new 30 and 30 is the new 20. Age is just a number. You know what? I've mentioned this before in previous videos, previous live streams. I get on with people better, that are much older than me. I had a friend that was years older than me, and me going, great. It's really my own generation I've been going on so well with. Hey, thanks for popping in by, Full Solus. Take care, buddy. Yeah, I feel kind of the same as I did when I was 27. Just a number, like I say, 35 in the mornings. Fair enough. I feel like 60 in the morning sometimes. Depends how much I've had to drink. Not that, just a number, like I say, just a number. My mum's 61 now. I'm like, when did that happen? And did you kiss the mic? Aches and pains, Kim, come on. You're still very young, Kim. I don't want to sneeze on here. 2 seconds, guys. This is the thing about being live. And also, time for tea. So another halftime show, Steve. Have fun. 2 seconds. The kettle is still boiling, so I'd pop back in. 5 likes, 5 people watching. Thank you very much. Have I missed anything in the chat? You know what lost I actually was? Having a when you gotta go, you gotta go. Who's sexy? You, Paul? I had someone call me beautiful on Friday night. Same Gillo that jumped on me in Cheers Barn Club, Aberdeen's #1 premier gay barn club, the only Aberdeen gay barn club in town. And she said I was beautiful. I think she had way too many shots by that point. She must have been bleezing. I asked me back. I'm all yours. Ah, Steve Hush. 3 more years until Mikey Mike's a virgin again. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. If I've missed anything in the chat, I apologize. I need a caffeine patch, clearly. Ooh. My love life is extremely boring. Ideally, I would have been a dad by now and had a family of my own by now, but it hasn't worked like that. Hasn't worked out like that. Then I guess I'd probably, if I ever did become a father, I would never be on here. So I guess that there's that. That I would be officially done. Like maybe I'd come in time from time. If I had my own family, they'd get all my attention. So where were we? Good to see you still here, Lynn. I appreciate you coming in. Steve, you're still here. My goodness. Thanks for coming in. Diva Dave D still here. Maybe we all need a group hug by the sounds of things. When's your 40th again, Lynn, did you say? I get Lynn. It's a group hug, so we'll get each other, I guess. See, I'm easily see my May 30th. It's what 7 days time. My I'm easily amused. I'm quite happy with a snuggle with someone. I'm really easily amused. Oh me. Scruff, is that the app Scruff? I've not used the dreadful app known as Grinder in a long time. Me and Juice were discussing apps and Grinder, and we could write a comedy sketch in some of the profiles on there. people's demands and stuff, and how, like, sometimes in people's profiles on Badoo, I've seen women do it, I've seen men do it. They're like, "Oh, don't say hi as your first thing." I'm like, well, how are we supposed to interact? You know, what we're supposed to say? We can't say hi or hello. No, everybody's freedom of speech on here. That's what I stand for. My birthday is November. Mikey Mike. I'll be here before I know it. Probably be still waiting for that blooming Halloween trailer to drop. I do have Twitter. I'll pop it in again. I believe this is my Twitter. Popped it in earlier. And with Twitter, I sign in, post shit, sign in. Again, kinky mentioning handcuffs now. This video's the PG rating might be raised to 18. I guess it's you guys in the chat being filthy, not me. Not missing out, Nomad. I've actually managed to keep Twitter for a period of time, I guess. Usually I delete it within 3 months. I've kept this one for 2 years. I think I can speak for Mikey Mike and Juice and Solus. Our minds were in the gutter a wee bit last night, which is allowed. We're all adults, after all. Well, last time I checked. Steve needs in a cage, out of control. Well, like I say, I don't think it. I can delete. I haven't deleted any comments yet. I don't intend to cut any comment, delete any comments. As long as the comments, don't affect my channel, I couldn't care less what people. I want them to have no filter. I want them to have freedom of expression. You know, no matter how, I've heard every name under the sun. I couldn't care less what someone thinks of me or you know. Hey Paul, do you collect anything? I collect all the shit, as you can see, that I've had since my childhood and teen years. So I guess I collect shit basically that I never actually watch. I'm feeling. See, I come in here and I feel the love, guys. So I appreciate it. This is by far my favorite social media platform. As long as you're looking up to the stars, Mike. Yeah, I'm definitely. If I don't meet anybody soon, I'll be living with a lot of cat skin. My own cat family. Lynn, when are you still thinking about creating your own material in here, your own YouTube videos? Like I say, I think you've got the personality for it, definitely. I would watch. Steve, you're funny. Damien, there's a cat on here called Lucifer. He's a he's a brat, but I love him. He's so cute. I could be. Will I? The hell of it. I could never call a pet Damien. Do you want to know why, guys? Why I could never call my pet Damien? I've mentioned this in my older videos before. Because a certain part of me I used to call Damien. That's all I'm saying. I've mentioned that a few times in my videos. Not so innocent after all, it seems. I would definitely watch Lynn. I don't think I'm alone in naming their how can I say it? Naming their extension. I'm not as innocent as I seem. See, you'd have fans already, Lynn. Um, another clue. This is going to get quite rude. Another clue, Diva Dave D, why I couldn't call a pet Damien, is because Damien sometimes rises. So that's all I'm going to say, or I'll have to rate this video 18 and over. But I think I've dropped enough hints as to what I used to. Don't have names for any of my parts anymore, but I think someone asked me once and I just sort of thought, it came from my favorite wrestler. One of my favorite wrestlers was Jake the Snake Roberts. His snake was called Damien. I thought, that's quite a cool name for a snake. I'm off my head if you hadn't noticed. There's actually I titled a video once in 2011, Damien Loves London. I just couldn't help myself. Where's Dave? I think Dave's fine, last time I checked. So yeah, I mean, but I think I'm not alone in naming body parts. Just a bit of fun. Damien's a angel now. It is warm in here, but then again, I'm in a fleece, so. I think you all know now. Um, I wasn't going to mention it actually, and I thought, you know what, I mentioned it. It is a hard one to grasp. Yeah, exactly. If you're laughing at me, or I appreciate as hey, I'm happy you're having a good time. As I come in here to have a laugh too, and I'm glad you're having a laugh. The thing I like about live streams, Lost, is it feels like I'm in a pub somewhere, even though obviously you are not here in person. But as with the instant interaction you get, I think it's got a great vibe. And if there wasn't so much uh, copyright bullshit with music, I'd be asking for your requests. Maybe one day I'll come on here, I'll have a drink with you guys. Steve's saying he ain't seen nothing yet. A Romeo and Juliet, I seek him. So, oh, well, Halen, I'm happy to have you here. You know, I always think you light up chats that you're in. You have great banter with people around you. Uh, Damien's an angel now, Mikey Mike. Well, I haven't saw anything, Kim. You're good as far as I can see, Kim, and you're very welcome, Lynn. Mikey Mike is on form. I would not be interested in seeing your cat puking, Dave. I don't like to see anybody puking, ugh, or anything puking. Much as a me. Each to their own, I guess. Dave, probably got a lot of views that video. Me. Yes, we should have all of us. When Lynn mentioned, turning 40, I was like, oh, party time. I think it'd be great just to have a night out. We all might make a great. In fact, if I had a night out, I wouldn't be on my phone, wouldn't be on any of that rubbish. I'd just be enjoying the moment. Like I've got a basic phone in the moment, but I'm never on my phone during a night out. When I'm out, I'm out. You know, maybe I could put Steve in a cage in this night out. Go to some of the kinky bars and clubs. I'm up for a night out if yous are. I joked about if we ever have like a drinking game on here, and I said, you guys should take a shot every time I say something stupid. You'd probably end up dead. So maybe that's not the best idea, a drinking game. I think Steve would be happy at the pole dancers club. My LGBTQ plus, so many letters in the LGBTQ plus community these days, used to have a pole. Don't know why they took it away. Everybody liked it. When I was drunk enough, I would spin around it. What's up, Steve? Are you okay? So, Lynn, I'm assuming you'd be up for a night out and a few drinks, right? I hope you're good, Steve. Again, sorry if I've missed anything in the chat. I appreciate all the messages. Yeah, I think it'd be great too, Lynn. Time to make some memories. I need more fun. I've been too reserved in recent years. Need to let myself go a wee bit. Damien might not have. Damien might have to rise again. Okay. Mine's in the gutter as usual. Yeah, we should do a. Um, yeah, I can't speak for everybody. I definitely wasn't being serious, Steve. I hope you are good. I think Steve's been on form today. He's always on form. Well, Kim's not drinking, but I will need a drink if I meet some of you. Only kidding. Any, um, I'd love to have a bar tour of America. What's the bars and clubs like over there? Lost with days a drink? Yep. I mean, I think it'd be an awesome night out. What could go wrong? I just try and, what you see is what you get. Well, I suppose that would be the cheap way of doing it, Diva Dave D. I don't mind big crowds. I had a football crowd phobia lately, but beat it. It was a Rangers Celtic game recently. It doesn't get more, what's the word? More crazier a crowd than that. Um, so I conquered my football crowd fears, and I'm going to go more often when I can afford it. But I understand if you do have a crowd phobia lost. I was at WrestleMania once, 70,000 people, and I was the loudest person there. So I can turn it on too. Right now, Paul doesn't sleep with people no one comes near. It was the single lonely club for the first 5 minutes on here. Is Steve okay? I hope he's okay. Again, I apologize if I've missed anything in the chat. Maybe, Lynn, maybe. I can turn it on. I can turn it on for here. Deep down, I'm actually a shy person, but I can turn it on when on nights out or in here or in big WrestleMania crowds. Yeah, I think Steve is okay. He's probably is eating, maybe. Well, everybody's welcome in here. I think, yeah, we're all having, I think, well, that's what I picked up. We were just bantering back and forth, talking about nights out and holes and stuff. Um, but I'd hate if anybody got offended. I really would hate that. Or maybe he's just left. Um, but I hope he's good. Is everybody is hope people's enjoyed themselves today. I was only going to stay on an hour. Here we are, two 2 hours 24 minutes according to this. But I've had a blast. I've had fun. I think this is my third cup of tea, so I'm enjoying myself. I don't know. How long do you want me on for, Diva Dave D? Did you? I actually watched that match recently too. WrestleMania 3 1987, the year legends were born, eh? Um, Pontiac Silverdome. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Forever. Well, Juice actually, Juice, just my randomness actually mentioned that he was going to do a 24-hour live stream, and like, I think I'd be pushing it for me. I can talk for Scotland, can talk for every state in America, but I'm not sure. I think 24 hours would be pushing it. WrestleMania 3. Well, I rated all the WrestleManias lately. I can go Lynn. I love Lynn in here. She's ace, I think. I've not known a lot of you guys for long, but I think you're all good company. I'm a bit wary of the knives, though. Not related to Michael Myers by any chance, are you? Are you going to be in this upcoming Halloween film, Lynn? I was a bit too much. I was almost full. I was so relaxed in the live stream. I was almost falling asleep. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Well, Mikey Mike, whom seems to have left too, but he was talking about giving me a massage, and I was getting so relaxed. You know, you guys make me feel relaxed, so it's all good. Good to know, Lynn. Are you going to be in anybody else's live streams later on? I quite like Is It Late Night with Janae and Nippy. They're pretty good. Cheers, Lynn. I know I lost. I'd have been terrified of Andre the Giant if I were Hulk Hogan. Yeah, let's have a group hug. Make it official. Kim had a good idea. PMDB running wild on YouTube with knives and all. A deadly group hug. Eva Dave B. I can't multitask to save my life. There we go. It's all official. Group hug. Knives and all. Damien, sit down. It's only a group hug. Settle down, Damien. Oh, me. Gonna get out of control soon. I'm far too relaxed again. I will stay on for as Mikey Mike is here. We're talking about group hugs. We're talking about massages earlier on. I am very naughty. I can be Lynn sometimes. Steve, you're back. Are you okay, buddy? You missed out on a group hug. I'm sure you would, Mike. Hope he doesn't disappoint after all this hype. Did everybody enjoy that group hug? I hope you all did. Me and my half a room. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Kim, he's out of control sometimes. Welcome back, Steve. It's amazing how a group hug can turn into something, well, I don't think anybody's innocent in this chat, especially not me. I can pretend like I'm innocent, but Lost is good at sharing. I'm not good at sharing. I like getting all the attention, if I'm being honest. Don't want to get jealous now. I have, and it's great. I think we have great banter on here. Lynn's an angel. Lynn's a liar too, it seems. I can't picture you being an angel. Oh, Lynn, you're great. I enjoy your company here. I haven't scrolled back up, but if I've missed anything, I apologize. I'm enjoying the live stream as long as you guys are enjoying it. That's the main thing. Far too relaxed as usual. Got my feet up. Probably come off soonish. Soonish. I shouldn't speak when I'm covering my mouth. I don't believe in fairies. Because to see if there's anybody else going live, and I'll join in the live chat there. Are you usually amused as well, Mikey Mike? But we should, I mean, definitely go on this night out. I'm up for that. I think it'd be wild. As long as we're having a good time on here, good fun. I'm gonna stay on here. I'm gonna 10 more minutes, guys, think, and I'll wrap things up. Thanks for joining us, joining me, joining Damien and I. Probably ours lost. Blaming angels now, Mikey Mike. So stay on here another 9 minutes or so, and then I'll wrap things up. I've had a blast. I hope everybody else has too. I've had a laugh, had a giggle. We went from Batman to kinky group hugs. I appreciate that, Lynn. Thanks for the kiss. Are you following me on Twitter now? Batman 2 Damien, indeed. I know. I just ruined, you don't need to thank me for anything lost. You guys have had, welcomed me into your evening or afternoon or whatever time it is where you guys are. It can get confusing, I guess. But now you know why I can never name my pet Damien. And without you guys, I wouldn't come on to the live streams. I'm easily amused too. Mikey Mike. Thank you, Lynn. I'll follow you right back when I go onto Twitter. 2:40, I'll end this stream. It's 2:35 now, according to my time. So 5 more minutes. Thanks for coming in, Lost. I hope you come in for more future streams. This is my 11th live stream, 1016th video altogether. I have a crush on Damien. Easily amused, like you say, Mike. Ah, me. Glad we can have a laugh on here. Diva Dave still in the house. Well, it's long. Dave lost. Um, wow. I appreciate you coming, taking the time to come in and watch. Lost. It sometimes turns into it was a wrestling live stream, and then it went to a Batman live stream and Damien live stream. Thank God he never actually appeared. Dave is multitasking. Dave took me with him. Enough said. He's keen to watch me. Oh me. Do you tweet a lot, Lynn, if you're still here? It won't be on YouTube for Lynn. I'm looking forward to. I'll follow you right back as soon as I end this stream. Shows you how relaxed I am on here now, mentioning stuff like that. But then again, in 2010, 2011, my old videos, I was like the norm. I mean, you think I've got no filter now in my videos. Should have seen me back then, but you can. Only one privated video at the moment, but sometimes that's public on milestone videos. I am comfy reviews. I pushed the envelope on here, but I've never broken any guidelines to my knowledge. I'm very blunt and real, and I like to have a good time on here too. Really, Mike. Guys are far too kind. Make me want to stay longer. But I'm going to end it soon. I'm not sure where Steve went, Kim. Well, you guys have cheered me up today, so I appreciate that. Ending the live stream, yes, in any second now, before my laptop does it for me. No, I'm going to stop saying that, Diva Dave D. Juice was making me laugh the other days. I should have like a, ever become viral, God forbid. You should have merch, fleece, of course, with on the back or on the front saying last video ever. You're very welcome, Lost. Oh, Lena, you enjoying yourself here? It has become a gimmick, but I think the gimmicks became out of control. I legitimately, when I say I want to stop uploading, I legitimately mean it. But then I have so much fun on these live streams. So, I mean, I only, in regards to TV, I watch when Rangers are on. I watch Emmerdale now and again. It's like me and my mum's bond, and that's it on TV. So I don't want. I personally don't watch a lot of TV myself, but I appreciate you giving TV the hump and coming on to here. Um, Lucifer. I haven't seen Lucifer the show. I think I've heard of it. Any good? So much for me stopping at an hour. Damien's bedtime soon. I could be talking about any Damien right now. In a good, witty way. Okay. Dave, your predictions. I've maybe Lynn. Maybe Lynn. Oh me. Maybe your knives would guide him to bed. What am I saying? I've had a blast in here. Lynn, are you going to be in the live streams later on with the others? You know, is it Janae and Nippy and anybody else's live stream? I'll be on there later on. I'm just staying up. Got an appointment in the morning, so I'm going to stay up. Right, boys and girls, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for popping in the chat. Thanks for being part of my 1016th mistake on YouTube. Damien's enjoyed himself. I've enjoyed myself. I'll see you there, Janae and Nippy's live stream, late night live stream. Hey, take care, Lost. Hope Yoshi's behaving. I sometimes go on Tracy and Debbie's live stream. I'm not sure if you know them. Yeah, good night, all. Take care. Thanks for popping in, and I'll follow you on Twitter now, Lynn. Take care, all.